Okay, I will try to drive around a bit. I'm recording this part in 4K, but if you only see 1080p, it meant that I might upload it like later in 4K. For now, I just didn't have, bandwidth to upload 4K video. Okay, what else to talk about? Okay, I think I can try to touch on the topic of AI without being completely ridiculous. Google released Gemma 4, and well, first of all, I want to almost slap them for giving it such a confusing name, especially the two smaller models, because you have E2B and E4B, and for anyone that knows anything about AI, I've seen channels that specialize in AI talk that those are 2 billion and 4 billion parameter models. They are 3.6 and 7.5 billion parameter models, so in normal terminology they would be called 4B and 8B. But Google is Google. Like, the only person I know tiny bits from Google that, she isn't in Google anymore, is Julia Turk. I really suggest watching her stuff on AI. She's an amazing researcher, and she often, bemoans how LLMs sort of killed machine learning, at least in some sense. Yeah, we are going down what seems to be possibly a dead end, and everyone is banking on it, which is it's astonishing what it's capable of, but on the other hand, it might be a very capable dead end. So yeah. And I think Jan LeCun agrees. So Gemma 4, okay, I tested 26B and 31B model. 31B is sort of traditional, big but small enough that you can run it at home if you have decent hardware. I had like 1.5 tokens per second on a laptop from 2019 that is admittedly workstation laptop, but it's still, it's slower than many gamer computers out there. So this performance wasn't actually bad, it was actually good. But 26B model, this mixture of experts, well, yeah, 8.5 tokens per second. That's basically the performance you want from the performance you get from something like 8B models, or maybe slightly worse, but it's amazing. It's really genuinely amazing, and I did track RAM use through Llama CPP, and it's astonishing. Like, neither 31B nor 26B model exhausted my 16 gigabyte VRAM fully, It went to RAM, but I have mmap turned on, which makes the copy inside the RAM. Overall, with something, and the context window. Listen, KV cache on it. It's tiny. It's the smallest I've ever seen. This, if the E4P might actually be used for, if it's decent enough, for role play with actually, decent length of the role play. And what about, so I would very much like them to, release something like 12B model maybe, or 10 or 9, 8, 10 model, which would be high end, but with such a low footprint in KV caches. I am sorry, but this to me seems like one of the more legitimate breakthroughs. Now, I didn't test quality yet. I would have to do stress tests of long context windows and how it keeps attention. But this thing uses 3 gigabytes for 128K of attention for big models, for 26B and 31B. One of the fine-tunes of Llama 3.1 8B, which was already more, better at using lower amounts of KV cache, at quarter of that context length, uses almost 3 times as much memory. This is, if LLMs have breakthrough, this is a breakthrough. Okay, that's enough about AI but I thought it was legitimately, maybe not a breakthrough, but at least it's a milestone. It's something that might actually make it more useful for regular people instead of make it more useful for people who want to spend thousands and thousands of dollars on it, at least. And so genuine win. I really like Google in terms of doing research and putting out stuff for the people. Now, in other stuff, they are not as great, but, well. Okay. You know what? I will stop here for groceries as well, if it's open. Oh, might not. Okay, I will see. Yes, there is pharmacy here as well, but I'm not here for that. Okay, I will talk to you later. We'll see. Bye.